The world of Formula One in recent times has been focused on two major things. One is bringing about a bit of changes here or there to the qualifying format, and the other is a noble pursuit, you can say, of sustainability within the sport. Well, recent regulation changes or proposed regulation changes that will be coming in for the qualifying format look like they will be nailing two birds with one stone in that regard, because F1 is set to change not just the number of tires that are allocated in qualifying, but also how tires can be used across all three sessions. So pretty big changes coming in, but to explain through those changes, well, that's what this video is here for. So stay tuned and we'll explain what the major changes are as far as how tires can be used and allotted will be, with the first of those actually happening at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola, just set to take place in May this year. That weekend we'll see the first trial of sorts, with two trials set to be held. The second one, we don't yet know where exactly that will be, but Imola will see the first of those held. But what exactly do those entail? That's what we're going to discuss now. So first off, the change, or the major change, is to tire allotment. So what happens normally is that you are allotted 13 slick tires as well as a few intermediates and wet weather tires for any given weekend. They will be cutting down on that number to 11 slick tires, which will include 3 sets of hard tires, 4 sets of medium tires, and 4 sets of soft tires. The main reason this is being done is to ensure that there's no wastage of rubber or any resources really, and this is one area that Formula One has been looking to work on as far as meeting their sustainability goals are concerned. They don't want to be using more of anything than is necessary. But of course, to accomplish these goals, let's say, it won't just be about changing the allotment, but they're also looking to bring about a change in how it is that qualifying is done. Normally what happens is that most drivers will end up saving their soft tires for the end, or they'll actually be using their softs throughout let's say qualifying, to ensure that obviously the soft tires gives better grip and will give them a quicker lap time. However, that is set to change under this new rule of qualifying. As it is, they will now be allotted tires to be used on a session by session basis. So qualifying session 1, or which is referred to as Q1, will see the teams use only the hard tires. That is uniform for all teams. They'll only be able to use the hards in a bid to set their fastest lap times. Session number 2, or Q2, which will see the top 15 cars with 16 to 20 eliminated. Session 2 will only feature the medium tires, and thereafter session 3, which is of course the shootout for pole position, which is contested by the top 10 teams, will see only the soft tires being used. So that's the major difference. And again, it is worth noting that all of this is still very much in trial mode, but it does seem to be an interesting concept, given that we've seen qualifying, usually teams will not look to be doing anything other than running on the soft or maybe the medium if they feel the softs are overheating. But now teams will really not have much of a choice, and if let's say this sort of a change comes about, they'll have no choice but to follow the tire allotted in that particular session. So if teams are racing in Q1, they will have to in fact only use the hards. Q2 means the mediums. Q3, if you make it that far, you're allowed to use the softs. It's an interesting way of going about with things really, and you can let us know in the comments what you feel about this. I for one feel it's an interesting proposition that maybe could actually end up being successful and help F1 in terms of their sustainability goals. But that's just how I feel. What you think, you can let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Plus, if you're already on the channel, you can go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. For now, from my side, goodbye.